Laysan albatross. The Laysan albatross is a large seabird that ranges across the North Pacific. The northwestern Hawaiian Islands are home to 99.7% of the population. This small gull-like albatross is the second most common seabird in the Hawaiian Islands, with an estimated population of 1.18 million birds, and is currently expanding its range to new islands. The Laysan albatross was first described as Diomedea immutabilis by Lionel Walter Rothschild in 1893, on the basis of a specimen from Laysan Island. The Laysan albatross averages 81 centimeters in length and has a wingspan of 195 to 203 centimeters. Males, which weigh 2.4 to 4.1 kilograms, are larger than females, which weigh 1.9 to 3.6 kilograms. This albatross has blackish-gray upper wing, mantle, back, upper rump, and tail, and its head, lower rump, and underparts are white. It has a black smudge around the eye, and its underwing pattern varies between individuals, with some having narrower black margins and variable amounts of black in the underwing coverts. Finally, the bill is pink with a dark tip. Juveniles have a gray bill and a dark upper rump. This species does not have a breeding plumage. The Laysan albatross is usually easy to identify. In the North Pacific, it is simple to separate from the other relatively common albatross, the all-black black-footed albatross. It can be distinguished from the very rare short-tailed albatross by its all-dark back and smaller size. The Laysan albatross's plumage has been compared to that of a gull, two-toned with a dark gray mantle and wings and a white underside and head. Laysan albatross landing on water near one of the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. The Laysan albatross has a wide range across the North Pacific, with 16 nesting sites. All but 0.3% of the breeding population is found among the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, particularly the islands of Midway and Laysan. Small populations are found on the Bonin Islands near Japan, and the bird has begun to colonize islands off Mexico, such as Guadalupe Island and others in the Revillagigedo archipelago. The Laysan albatross is protected in Guadalupe Island Biosphere Reserve. When away from the breeding areas, they range widely from Japan to the Bering Sea and south to 15 degrees north. The Laysan albatross is normally a silent bird, but on occasion may be observed emitting long mu-ing sounds, descending whinnies, or rattles. Female Laysan albatrosses may bond for life and cooperatively raise their young. A female Laysan albatross named Wisdom is the oldest known wild bird in the world. Wisdom was banned by a U.S. Geological Survey researcher in 1956, and in December 1956, she was seen rearing a new chick on Midway Atoll. Because Laysan albatrosses cannot breed until they are 5 years old, as of 2016, Wisdom was estimated to be at least 66 years old. Wisdom's latest chick hatched on February 1, 2021, and her current estimated age is 70. Laysan albatrosses are colonial, nesting on scattered small islands and atolls, often in huge numbers, and building different styles of nests depending on the surroundings, ranging from simple scoops in the sand to nests using vegetation. They have a protracted breeding cycle and breed annually, although some birds skip years. Juvenile birds return to the colony 3 years after fledging, but do not mate for the first time until 7 or 8 years old. During these 4 or 5 years, they form pair bonds with a mate that they will keep for life. Courtship entails especially elaborate dances that have up to 25 ritualized movements. Occasionally, the birds form same-sex pairs consisting of 2 females. This has been observed in the colony on the Hawaiian island Oahu, where the sex ratio of male to female is 2 to 3 and 31% of all pairs are between females. Paired females can successfully breed when their eggs are fertilized by males. This phenomenon has been useful to conservation efforts in the Hawaiian Islands, where researchers have successfully swapped unfertilized eggs from female-female pairs with fertile eggs translocated from pairs nesting on military airfields and in other unsafe nesting areas. The female-female pairs then hatch and raise the foster chicks. The single egg is buff white and may have spots. Both birds incubate the egg, the male does so first. Incubation takes about 65 days, and is followed by several weeks of brooding, after which both parents are out at sea to provide for the growing chick. The chick takes about 160 days to fledge. This time investment by the parents may explain the long courtship. Both parents want to be sure the other is serious. The chicks are fed regurgitated meals of very rich stomach oil and partially digested squid and fish by the parents. The Laysan albatross and the black-footed albatross have been known to hybridize. Like all albatrosses, the Laysan albatross is known to be a long-living bird. The oldest known live bird, a female named Wisdom, was at least 70 years old as of 2021. In 2014, she hatched a healthy chick which is believed to be her 36th. The longest lifespan confirmed for a wild seabird was for a breeding male found to have been banded 53 years previously. Other albatross are thought to match or maybe even exceed this record, but few confirmations of very old albatrosses exist. The Laysan albatross feeds predominantly on cephalopods, but also eats fish, crustaceans, and other invertebrates. The IUCN had classified the Laysan albatross as vulnerable due to drastic reductions in populations, but the population may be rebounding. The IUCN now classifies the Laysan albatross as near threatened. The Laysan albatross, while a common species, has not yet recovered from the wide-scale hunting of the early 1900s, with feather hunters killing many hundreds of thousands and wiping them out from Wake Island and Johnston Atoll. This slaughter led to efforts to protect the species, and others, which led eventually to the protection of the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. The species is still vulnerable to longline fisheries and the ingestion of floating plastics due to high rates of plastic pollution. Feral cats are known to prey on nesting birds and chicks on some of the more newly colonized islands. In some places, big-headed ants are a threat to young albatross chicks. The Laysan albatross has an occurrence range of 38,800,000 square kilometers and a breeding range of 3,500 square kilometers with a population of 1,180,000 mature birds estimated in 2006. Midway Atoll, Laysan Island, and the French frigate shoals have more than 90% of the breeding pairs at 551,940. Bonin Island has 23 pairs and offshore Mexico has about 400 pairs, with 337 pairs on Isla Guadalupe. The northwestern Hawaiian Islands have suffered a 32% reduction in breeders from 1992 to 2002. However, the last 3 years have had a rebound that stabilized the period between 1992 and 2005. This species was extirpated from Wake Atoll, Johnston Atoll, and Minami Torishima. The Mexican population has been increasing since its inception. In the past, harvesting for feathers was a major threat, along with high seas drift net, but both of these have ceased, barring some small-scale illegal drift net operations. Current threats today are the longline fisheries. 70% of the global population of Laysan albatrosses nest on Midway Atoll annually. Laysan chicks raised in nests close to 90 buildings left behind by the Navy are ingesting lead-based paint chips. This is causing shockingly high lead concentrations in their blood, leading to severe neurological disorders and eventual death, said George Fenwick, president of American Bird Conservancy. Federal funds are urgently needed to clean up this toxic mess to protect the Laysan albatross, as well as future visitors to the new Marine National Monument. As many as 10,000 chicks, or 5% of hatched chicks, may be killed annually by exposure to lead-based paint. Many Laysan chicks that nest within 5 m of building structures exhibit a condition referred to as droop wing, which commonly manifests itself in the chick's inability to raise their wings, which then drag on the ground, resulting in broken bones, infestations of maggots, and open sores. Chicks with droop wings will never be able to fly and will die of starvation or dehydration. Other chicks in close proximity to buildings also suffer detrimental effects from lead exposure. These chicks have blood lead concentrations that cause immunological, neurological, and renal impairments, significantly decreasing their chances of survival. These are the information about the Laysan albatross. There are 25 different species of albatross there. For a detailed encyclopedia about albatross and for additional information about individual species, please check the description below. That's it for now, and thank you for watching. If you liked our video, please give a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos.